Okay, so in conclusion of the global impacts of fashion merchandise, to prepare for the test, then you need to do four things. Firstly, you need to have a list of definitions for each theory, as I outlined at the start of this whole exercise. Secondly, have a list of examples for each of the 8 stages. So just go through the lecture notes and pull out those examples and just write a sentence or something or have it there readily available. Thirdly, have a list of your own examples next to my example. So my examples on one side of the sheet and perhaps next to it have it can be a similar or identical example just of a different brand. It suggests to us you did the research, which obviously you have. And fourthly, and most importantly, have an idea for how you can make each stage a bit better. So even though you don't know the answer at this stage, um, assume the question is open enough for you to put your answer in there. So conceptualization, how can I make the building more green? Raw materials, how can I find a fiber which doesn't destroy the planet? How can I find a process for spinning and weaving which enhances human beings? How can I find a dye which doesn't damage the environment? How can I ensure that wages are fair? How do I find the best way to retail my garment without damaging the environment or people? How do I encourage my customers to use garments appropriately when it comes to washing and drying of it? And how do I have a process of disposing of the garment in a way which doesn't damage or demand more resources from the planet? If you do that, if you have that in your head, just a list of possible solutions, it makes the rest of your preparation a lot easier. Remember, um, no big surprises in this test. The only surprise will be the company that we give you, the Kmart, Sportsgirl, Target, whatever the case may be. Final thing that I do want to mention to all of you is the Australian industry at the moment is at a bit of a turning point. It's recognised that sustainability in fashion is real. It has to be dealt with. That's the good news. The bad news from their perspective is they don't know how to do it. And I've seen a lot of evidence of managers that just don't know where to start with this topic. So don't think you don't know anything or assume you know a lot, because you will know much more than the managers that you're going to work for. So when you talk about product life cycle of a garment, they may not know what it means. When you talk about planetary boundaries, they won't know. But what it does, it makes you sound like you do know. And the reality is you do know. You know more than you think you know. Use it as a selling point when you go for jobs. Good luck in the test. If you've got any questions or issues, send myself or Ina an email beforehand, and we'll be happy to answer them. Okay. Thank you for the semester. Very trying circumstances, but it's something that you can tell your grandkids uh, 50 years or 100 years from now when you're 120 years old. Okay. Thank you.